Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Uncle AK.
And I'm Reflex. Hey, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm good, dog. Just a little bit tired, you know.
You look good, though.
Thank you, sir. You too.
How's your weekend, man?
No, it's been fun, man. It's been fun.
What you doing?
Wedding things, man.
Wedding things?
Yeah.
Who's wedding?
AB. Shout out to AB and his wife, man.
Hey, man. Yeah, man. Abraham and his wife. He gonna watch this and kill me. I just had a brain fart real quick, but nah, bro. Yeah, it was lit. I performed at it. Yeah,
How was that?
It was dope, man. I walked through with almost 300.
Yeah, I came in.
I love African weddings, man. You performed with me, you know what I'm saying? Farote, you know, that's why I do it. You know, baby showers, everything. Hit me up. I do it for free. Nah, man. But yeah, I want to shout out our sponsors, Perfect Office Solutions. They sponsor every episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast. Please do hit them up. Let them know we sent you. Get 10% off your monthly lease if you are looking for flexible office space in the DMV. They start at just $500, you know. So if you use our promo code, you get 10% off. That's huge, you know. Help us help you, help us. That's Perfect Office Solutions. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel and, you know, let us know how you enjoy the podcast. Hey, yo, bro, listen. The guys we got in the building today, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really respect this because this is what Stuck in the Middle podcast is all about. You know what I mean? Like, that you being in that diaspora and having a heart for home.
Right.
And I'm gonna introduce, you know, the founder and CEO and let him introduce, you know what I'm saying, the gang that he brought in.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? He is William Asiedu. I got that right? Asiedu.
Yes, sir. Asiedu.
Asiedu. There we go. Like I said, he's the founder and CEO of Distant Relatives, a not-for-profit organization based here in Washington, D.C. That is committed to fighting the war's most vulnerable communities. So welcome to Stuck in the Middle podcast.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Lady and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you introduce, you know what I'm saying, like your friends who you brought.
Okay, so here to my left, I have Jason, who's one of my executive board members.
Mm-hmm.
And to the right, I have Leona, who's also a member of the Distant Relatives Project.
Yeah. I just gotta ask this off the bat. Did this start off the Nas and Demi Marley album? Or
Oh, you said what?
you heard that? I gotta ask. Like, I've been dying to ask that.
So I'm gonna keep it real. Of course, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
of Nas, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love reggae. So Distant Relatives, I did love the album, but beyond that, when it came time for us to form a nonprofit, the name itself was attached to the meaning, so it was like perfect. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we just ran with it.
So what's behind the name though? What's behind the name Distant Relatives?
All right, so the idea behind it, right, is that, we all may be from different countries. We all have these distinctions to try to separate us, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're all connected in some type of way. So our mission is to connect both Africa and the diaspora.
Man, I feel like we went too far. Like, let's, you know, come back a little bit to who Will is, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, most people know the Distant Relative, but who really is Will, the creator of that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, me, man, to be honest with you, I'm just a simple guy, you know what I mean? I'm just, I'm a musician. You know what I mean?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I direct the music at my church. You know what I mean? I do the IT thing.
Do the IT thing.
Yeah, I'm a developer, but I mean, most importantly, I'm a humanitarian. You know what I mean? I just have a big heart, and beyond that, I'm passionate about Ghana, where I'm from. So that's it, man. Ain't too much to me. You know what I mean?
Ain't what you
man.
saying.
Shout out to
Nah, that's all I know. But so Jason, you know, he runs the DC. First of all, what is like Distant Relatives? What do you guys do? You know what I'm saying? Before we start breaking down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our main objective is to build the education system in Ghana, because we feel like through that we can allow underprivileged children to escape like the burdens they're going through. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is each year we collect school supplies, and then we travel to Ghana from December to January, and we either build or renovate schools, and we donate to school supplies as well. But here locally, we also have another mission where we're trying to connect African Americans and Africans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, this big Wakanda thing that's going on.
Right.
Everybody's going crazy about Africa. But
right.
he'd probably be the best one to speak more about it. But with this Feed the Homeless thing we do in D.C., even though people are feeding the homeless, they're also concerned about what's going on back home. So now we have Americans who are like, I'm trying to come to Ghana, honestly. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing.
Off of Distant Relatives?
Off the Distant Relatives.
Dang, that's huge. Speak on it, bro.
Yeah, so kind of just taking it back a little bit. I remember when we first started, you know, one of the things that we discussed was like, what can we do here? You know, so what more than, you know, give back to the people here? You know, so that's why we came up with the Feed the Homeless initiative. You know, so you know, we go to DC out in Franklin Park Square,
yeah.
Franklin Square Park, you know, and then you know, we like to connect with the community. So, you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any social media outlet where trying to get volunteers. People, you know, it doesn't matter where you're from, whether you're from Africa, whether you're from America, wherever it is, just come out, come support, and give back.
And you've had the opportunity to serve a couple times there.
Yes,
Yeah. Speak about like that whole experience and like
Yeah, it's definitely an experience. I know everyone volunteers. Everybody always wants to volunteer, but when you're actually there, you see the difference that you're making. And distant relatives, I think the name in itself is a great name. You really feel like you're a distant relative, like he said, like whether you're from Africa, from here in the States, like, you know, we're all a family there, and we don't even know each other like that. And as many times we went frequently, like we're getting to know the people who, you know, are homeless and don't have food to eat. Like we're knowing them by names, we're knowing their stories. They're really becoming our family.
They know us. We
Yeah.
know them.
And they expect us to come and, you know,
Every
bring quality.
month,
Like they'll already be in line.
One of them has a cell phone. Don't ask me how. He has a cell phone. I did not. He found our Instagram.
Whoa.
Took a picture. We give out bags with our logo.
Yeah.
Took a picture of the bag. It's like, this the relatives. Where are you? I lied to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just goes around documenting his own experience. It's a very cheap cell phone. You can tell by the picture quality. But
Right.
it's amazing, though. You know what I mean?
Man, that's dope.
Yeah, that tells by the quality of, you know,
Yeah.
what you do, you know what I mean, and also the passion behind your trade and stuff, you know, because it takes for somebody to see that passion, you know what I mean, to actually go out there and find out that information. How can I contact this person? How can I get to this person? But you mentioned bridging the gap between Africans and African Americans. You know, it's unfortunate that in this society we live in right now, even though we all black, there's still that divide. How do you guys, you know, try to bring these two entities together?
I think, like we said, just with the Feed the Homeless thing, that's how we kind of like get the connection started. And then it's kind of like a coming to my house type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we were born here in America, but we're very Afrocentric. You know what I mean? We wear the clothes, we eat the food, but we share that with our friends as well. You know what I mean? We're in this period right now, right, where I feel like people are excited about Africa, but they like the glitter about Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They like the music, the clothes, but they don't want to come see how I'm living. You know what I mean? So we kind of expose them to that. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So I think by showing them the true Africa, the good side of Africa, not just how we're struggling. Even when we go back to Africa, yeah, we post the village, but we try to show the good side too, because Africa is growing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially Ghana, shoot.
Shout out to Ghana.
Yeah, shout out to Ghana.
Nah, Ghana's infrastructure is great. And it's funny you mentioned that because I had the opportunity to curate one of Africa's biggest Twitter accounts, African Curators.
Okay.
He has, you know, thousands of followers, and you know, you just get interactive. And I asked the question was how impactful was, I hate going back to this movie, how impactful was Black Panther on Africa? And like, I kid you not, 99% of Africans could give a crap about Black Panther. Yeah. But so how often, you mentioned, is it every last Saturday of the month that you guys go down to DC? Just want to focus on DC.
So right now, it's every last Saturday. Not to jump ahead, but we're actually going to be taking our initiative to Baltimore, and that's scheduled for next month. But every last Saturday, 11 o'clock sharp, Franklin Square Park, we're feeding the homeless. That also includes, we do free haircuts, we have a toiletry dispensary, and we also do like health education, health screening type of things. But beyond that, it's the experience. Like, we're actually talking to them, getting to know, like, how's your day? How'd you get here? What's going on with you? How can I help you if I can?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not a one-day thing. But by us keep doing it, we start to develop these relationships. Then eventually I could get you some clothes. Then I could get you some job training. Then I can get you a job. You know what I mean? So it's a process.
With that, man, I could think of one thing. I mean, one thing really strikes me when, you know, you speak what you just said, and that's mental health. You know, how do you guys deal with, you know, mental health as an organization? Per se.
Can I speak on that?
Yeah, the last event. Please speak on the last event as well, too.
Yeah, mental health, as he said, is a big deal. It should not be taken lightly at all. I'm a public health major, so mental health, I know how important that is. I think we approach mental health every Saturday as well, because we always have posters just, showing just saying, what's one of the posters that it says?
Every day may not be a good day,
The
but every
day,
day
but-
you wake up is a good day.
Exactly. End quote. And yeah, and like
English major segment.
yeah, and they literally it's not something that is unnoticed. They see it and they're like, oh, thank you. You know, like little things really do matter. And talking to them, like we said, talking to them, like just getting to share your story, like just venting it out. Sometimes like, you know, he would tell you like sometimes like I'll be on the phone with my friends all day, but it's because I'm probably complaining about a hard day at work. I just need to let it out. Like instead of doing the alternative, just talk about it, let it out, and you be good until the next day. Until something else comes up, then when we come again, they can talk to us, vent about it. You know what the troubles are, and like we'll say, if it's something like, oh, my shoes are wearing out, I'm stressed about it. We will provide you shoes. What's your shoe size? And that's on a personal level. So I think we definitely address mental health. You know, bit by bit every Saturday, Saturday. Yeah.
Man, that's the flip side, you know. So like back home, you know, you Chris, you know, like you left in the streets and that's about it. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen that as you travel back home.
It's sad. They treat it differently in Africa. You know what I mean? If mental health is like you're a witch.
Right.
Your family
Oh,
is some type of magic. It's not like,
Right.
which is sad, but I mean, we got a lot of growing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I want to go back just a little bit. My bad, bro.
No, you good.
You know what I'm saying? You mentioned y'all were both born. You were born here. You feel me? And it's what I might have missed it. What sparked that? You know what I'm saying? That love for home. Because most people it's like, yo, I'm American. I'm Gucci.
Right.
You feel me?
I think it's different. It depends on how you're raised.
Yeah. Because
So-
we were raised back home, and that's what
Got
that
raised.
bond is
Yeah.
like strong back home. you feel
born
me?
and raised. And
Yeah, even though for him it's the opposite. He don't want nothing to do with
No
home.
shade, no shade.
Man, I think it's how we're raised, because in our house, right, our parents definitely exposed it to us. They speak the language to us. You know what I mean? So it's always been around us. And then you get older and you're looking for a sense of identity. You know what I mean? We've been to Ghana before. It's not like this was our first time, but what it was with us, with it being so long, you went in with
The first time prize was for the turn up, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? The last time I went was 7. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like we didn't want to go empty-handed, but Ghana is different for us. We actually love Ghana even before this. So it's not like Africa. We had a different image of Africa. Like we were happy to go to Africa regardless of what we were doing.
Right.
For you, why did you sign up as Jason as a board member? And for you, why did you sign up as, you know what I'm saying, like helping out? Go ahead, start, bro.
Well, one thing, this is my brother. You know, like we were raised together, like since we was like 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? So you know, anything that he does, if he asks me, I'm gonna support. You know, so that was the big thing for me, just support. And then plus the mission is amazing. You know, you're not only doing something here, but you're also doing something back home. You know, so of course I'm gonna get behind that. You know, so.
Thanks.
When he brought that to my attention and he asked me, you know, like, this is what I'm trying to do, I'm like, how can I help? You know, and then we basically just got it going from there.
And for me as a member, I wanted to join because I haven't volunteered in a long time. Like I used to volunteer heavy, like hard, and it's been a while since I've done it. So when I got the opportunity to, you know, go serve, I was like, okay, I'm gonna serve one time, like, you know, like I usually do, and be
You know what I'm
out.
saying? Give my
Like, right, I'm
you know
doing
what
my little,
so I
take my
can
little
post
picture,
it.
like I was here, and then, you know, whatever, show face. But then I was like, okay, like I was there and I was like, oh wow, this is really organized. Like, you know, the lines there, everyone's getting their food, you know, it's not minimum food, everyone's fed well. And, you know, the haircuts and all that, like different, like, you know, things given at the Franklin Square. So I'm like, wow, like I really, and I like the vibe, like all the members, like we get along, even if you're coming for that day or you've been there, you know, several times, like, and you want to, or you're new, you know, you joined and you're new, like we're all like literally family and we'll all like cooperate together, we work together very well. And I just like the vibe. It's not even like serving anymore. I'm literally just like, oh yeah, okay, last Saturday month, we lit. Like, you know,
Right.
it's fun. So, you know, I encourage everyone to, you know, come last Saturday of the month
Yeah.
and see what it's about. Yeah, you have a good time. The
Well-
music's good.
No, go ahead.
The music
Yeah,
is good.
the music's
Oh,
good
shit,
too.
I'm
It's a cookout, really. You know, it's a little
pulling
cookout.
that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I mean, I was just gonna ask them the location.
So it's
Franklin Square.
Franklin Square,
Yeah,
Northwest,
yeah, yeah.
downtown DC.
Gotcha.
A friend of mine
gotcha.
did her birthday. That was her thing down there. She wanted to go serve on her birthday. So that's how.
That's
how I know
nice.
about it.
Yeah. My friend did that too in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Baltimore. You guys moving in now to Baltimore. Yeah. Speak on that. Yeah.
So it's one of those, we're trying to move up 95 to 95 connect. You know what I mean?
Right,
We're
right.
still trying to connect the bridges. So Baltimore next month. Well, we're working on with a few sponsors. Don't want to get ahead of myself and mention them, but next month for sure we're going to be in Baltimore downtown, just doing the same thing and then connecting DC and Baltimore. And at the end of the day, back to
Simultaneously, or like, for
the
now?
plan is to do twice a month, DC and Baltimore.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully.
So how do you do? Good, my bad. Dang, this is exciting. And I got OCD. Let's slide a little bit this way so AK can get in the frame.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is my TV sense is kicking in.
I was gonna ask, like, most people, they have that fear, fear to start things, fear in taking the next step. I mean, the first step, or even the next. You know what I mean? You starting this, I can imagine is, how am I gonna do this? What would I get the funds to do this? Or maybe you had the funds to do it per se, but you just didn't have the drive. So how did you, get the drive, money, and the people around you? Like, how did it all connect?
Yeah.
The money, to be honest, most of the money comes out of my pocket. I keep it real. But it's an investment because it's a dream we all believe in. The people I love and respect because they believe in me. Honestly, I don't know why, and I thank God for it, but people just support me, and I appreciate it. The drive to do it, like me and him, we're in the church. We serve in the church, you know what I mean? So we're used to serving people, so it's just in us to do it, you know what I mean? So that's the best way I can do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just used to serving other people.
Yeah. People's money is, like hard earned, especially in these times. You feel me, with Trump and everything. How does distant relatives make sure that you get donations or anything? Monetary or material wise, like clothes, shoes, and things.
We're
like
not
that.
even a year yet. Next month will make us a year. So we just got registered 2 months ago. We're 501c3, so we haven't received any grants. In the future, we're going to be pursuing that, but until then, most of it's funded from us.
Yeah,
and
but
donations.
do you plan to receive?
Oh,
it?
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
So my question is, how do you make sure that that's properly allocated? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause my mom, the room right behind here. By the way, we trapping from the basement. If y'all ain't never know, I just let our secret out. People definitely think this is a studio, but what I'm saying, the room next door. It's stuff that moms, say, especially, Christmas time, sending stuff back home. Sometimes they don't even make it there. Or, you get stuck in one place. How do you make sure that stuff is properly allocated, whether it's monetary or material?
Well, first thing is being transparent, especially when people give you money. You need to, they want to know where it's going. They want to see where it's going. So with all the money we take, we show the finished product. Not only that, when it comes to tax time, you have a choice whether to show your expenses or not. And we've already signed up to show everything, you know what I mean? So I think transparency. Two, the team, like I have like Jason's crazy with Excel, you know what I mean? So he keeps all the information registered. I have other people who like to do the logistical stuff, inventory, you know what I mean? So it's the team around me. I wouldn't even say just me. It's just everyone just collectively doing their part and making sure everything's tight.
I love it.
What's the real long-term goal of the distant relatives?
The long-term goal is to build an educational institution that matches what we're doing here in Ghana, and to get Google, Microsoft, all these major tech companies to invest. And not only that, we want to influence the educational curriculum, because they're just teaching them whatever on the fly. Like, most of the teachers are volunteers, you know what I mean? So it's not like they're like, okay, this is what we're going to teach this year. It's like, what do you know? Teach them something, which is terrible, you know what I mean? So short-term goal is to build a positive learning environment so they could want to learn, you know what I mean? Long-term goal is to invest in the curriculum and have them to start doing things in the STEM direction. That's engineering, mathematics, science, technology.
You mentioned, when's the last time you were back home, Ghana?
So we just went this past December, but before that I was 6.
And when is the next trip?
This coming December.
Yeah. So so the back and forth. How do you make sure that they say teach a man how to fish. Don't just give him a fish. You know what I mean? Like you might have mentioned this, but just reiterate, because you can't be going back. I don't know. You can't be going back and forth your whole life. How do you make sure that people you know what I mean? Like what you're doing in DC here, building those relationships back home, to make sure that I'm not just depending on distant relatives to come through. You know what I'm saying? Once a year, I can be on my feet.
Right. So that's the thing. So at first we were just donating, but I mean, I can give you a book, I can give you some school supplies. It's probably gonna last a year, maybe 2. But the goal is to create opportunity. So if you're in a village, right? So most of our criteria is like no electricity, no water, no plumbing. You know what I mean? Like remote villages. So if you're in those conditions, right? And I provide you electricity, a laptop, and internet access. Now you have access to information. Now you can build. Now you can learn something. Now you can make something of yourself. When before you were just out outside, just like, yeah,
Facts, yeah.
you know what I mean? So the long-term goal is to create some form of opportunity. You can't do everything for someone, but you can teach someone how to fish, you know what I mean? So if at least one of those children make it, like, that's job well done. That's enough for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, add some. Just facts.
But another thing I want to mention really fast is that, like, we're focused on Ghana, but we're also building in other countries.
Yeah,
too,
I was going.
you know what I mean?
We're building a country.
Yes.
So,
So
Wakanda.
we're going to Nigeria. This time we're going to Ghana, but we're also going to fly to Nigeria for 3 days.
Okay, yeah.
We're also going to Ethiopia in 2 years as well. But also on
Panama, right?
East Africa. I like
Panama,
it.
Haiti's on that list. Cameroon's also on that list.
Hey,
If I can get my Cameroonian
Shout out to
friends.
y'all.
Come through, man. You know what
Sierra
I'm
Leone's
saying?
also on that list too.
Yeah.
But it's West Africa right now, East Africa, and the diaspora, including the Caribbean.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
we got a long term goal.
Hey,
You know
man.
what I mean, we just getting
That's
started.
big. That's
love
big.
it. I
That's
love
big.
it, man.
You guys just had your first
Gala.
gala, inaugural gala.
Oh, yeah.
Speak a little bit on that. What was it about? You know, what was the turnout like?
Man, it was great. You know what I mean? Just to provide that kind of, I got to be honest, not even to size like how the turn up was, you know what I mean? But to provide that kind of experience to people our age because we're young, you know what I mean? Mostly like the older crowd usually do things like this, like the 40, 50, you know what I mean? So it was nice to provide this type of mature experience to people. But ultimately, we wanted people to know, like, this is not a game. We're a full running nonprofit. So, like, you know what I mean? It was an introduction to what we were doing.
And a lot of people from the gala, like, were like, I got a lot of great feedback, you know, people who were not members, and just like, whoa, this is big. Like, y'all doing, like, it hasn't even been a year yet. Just keep that in mind. Like, the shirts that he even sells sold out. Oh, yeah, shout out to the shirts, too. Just saying, like, you know, just on sale. You know, you got the female colors now. It's out, you know, it's fresh.
The V-necks and the crop top.
Yeah. No, but yeah, you know, Will really represented his organization very well. We all came out dressed really nice. You know, how often do
Man,
you
shoot,
nowadays?
that's
Who's going to a gala nowadays? You know,
like that
it was nice. Like, you know,
Yeah.
everyone came out nice. No one was dressed in jeans, and like, you know, they followed the, you know, like what the attire and all that stuff. So, but he had like a presentation of like, you know, what he has done, so he can show you guys like this is not a joke. Like this is what is being done. It's our goal, and we're reaching it step by step. So I think it encouraged a lot of people to like want to join, and even if they didn't join, it gave like a good like, you know, look for us. Like, oh wow, like if someone was to ask about us, like, yeah, they're legit.
Right.
So yeah.
And kind of just to add on to that, just even behind the scenes, just seeing what was going on. Like, I've never done anything like this before. This is my first time being. None of us have done anything like this before. So just to be a part of an organization, and then to see how these type of events are really done behind the scenes, like it's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work, a lot of organization, a lot of teamwork, and a collaborative, active group chats. I hate WhatsApp, you know what I'm saying? But you have to communicate, you know. So just to see that come together, and I mean, it was an amazing experience for me personally. We had a live band, we had an artist, and these are all like people that we know, like friends and family that are supporting, you know. So, you know, they came together. We had the running step and repeat banner, you know, you know, with the photo booth thing that you see like at awards and events, you know. So it was a great experience, man. And
it was fun.
we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Speaking of t-shirts, man, appreciate, you know, he came with
Oh, yeah.
gifts.
Yes, sir.
We love gifts on Stuck in the Middle podcast,
Hey.
man.
And the packaging too, bro. Like,
Bro,
It's nice.
actually, when I sent it, I swear I thought it was a drink. I was like, oh man, we turning up in the studio today.
Dark liquor.
Opa was like, oh, t-shirt. I was like, man, still.
open that joke, man. Open that joke right here, man.
Yes, sir,
Live on
man.
air.
You know, you got
The best,
Yes, man.
bro. You gonna throw me the joke? It's my
That's
t-shirt.
yours.
Grab your joke.
This and
But
Ross
yeah,
is always
man.
given.
Yeah.
so it's a t-shirt. You know what I mean? They came through. Hey, this is how you do it, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna leave
One
that
thing
right
about
there.
Will though, like me meeting him, like I just met him like what, December? Yeah, so yeah, just December. So one thing about Will I've noticed, like he's very like serious about his work, and he has a lot of support, as you can see. Like a lot of people love him and they want to help whatever he wants to do. They back him up, and he's all about quality. He's not just half ASSing
Nah, go ahead,
anything.
say the word.
Yeah, he's not like BSing anything at all. Like you said, like the packaging itself. I remember like they was discussing it, and I had a full blown meeting just on the packaging. Like Like he really wants to like give everyone like the best quality, everything, and everything's out of his pocket right now. Like he's not even receiving full donations yet. So like he really like cares about every detail and all that. So shout out to you, like respect.
Just to add to that too, about the Feed the Homeless event that we're doing. Like, you know how most people come out, they might give out like sandwiches, an apple, like, you know, like, nah, he goes all out. He's
full
like, nah,
cuisine.
we're not gonna give them something that we wouldn't want to eat ourselves. Like, we're gonna give them full course meals. We doing
Chefs.
fish, chicken, like we're getting like professional chefs to come out and actually donate and you know, provide.
Man, that's dope.
Provide the service.
Man, I wanna do something. You know, what I'm saying, I wanna call on, you know, what I'm saying, Nectar nutritionist, Ali Morford, urban chick chef. Everybody that have been here, man. If y'all listening, I know you are. Yeah. Support the brother, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Stuck in Middle Podcast is about, connecting people. You know what I mean? I would love to see that.
And if you guys don't believe what they say, go to that social media, distant underscore relatives. It's all there, pictures online.
Yeah. I want to ask you though, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, and the price is legit, even though I'm saying like social media, you know, the cloud, everything's, you know, is washed up, but it's legit, you know. How is it a 9 to 5, or how do you balance that?
With the social media?
With distant relatives, you know what I'm saying? Do you have a 9 to 5, or this is your life?
So I do have a 9 to 5, but with the job responsibility, it's very like, it's a good thing. You know what I mean, as a developer, you're not in there 8 hours doing this. Right. You might knock out some code, put it together, you're done. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of free time at work, which is a blessing. So I can be at work just working on distant relatives, you know what I mean? Or I can be at home working on distant relatives, you know what I mean? So it's the free time in my job that allows me to put in so much energy behind it.
Hopefully your boss don't sit it here.
I was gonna say you might as well keep that. Now we always like to ask that question because that's what, you know, it's in the podcast. The platform is about how do you balance that time, and for you, you know, like or for you, how do you balance that time and with your passions and your regular 9 to 5, if you have any?
You can go ahead.
Well, you know, same thing. Like I do IT, so. You know, my days, that's what it's at, But yeah, my days are light as well. You know, run my scans, and then, you know, I'll be texting Pop A. You know, we texting, just texting like, what you need done? Okay, this is what we're doing. All right, send this over. Can you approve it? Does it look good? Okay, send it back. I'll make an edit. You know, so it's just, you know, just having that flexibility is awesome. It's also a blessing. You know. So.
Yeah, I love it.
And speak a little bit about, you know, behind the scenes. I know we've been touching on it, but some people just see the glam, you know what I mean, the finished product, and go, that looks easy, but they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes, you know. And I'm pretty sure you're a group of 5 or more. Yeah. You know, like, how do you get everybody on check? Being the CEO of it, the founder, how do you ensure that everybody carries the weight?
I'm being honest, I don't know. Like, honestly, I thank God every day. People just show up and they're just like serious. But not only that, if I sign something to somebody, I'm gonna hold you accountable. You know what I mean? And the people that are around me are the type that's like, they don't want to be around you if they mess up. You know what I mean? So it's like, there goes well, type of thing. You know what I mean? But it's just accountability and selecting people that are serious. Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people that started, they're not here no more because they like the glitz and glam, or they didn't want to put in the work, or for some other reason. But the people who are here are the people who have the heart for it.
That's facts.
I drive into DC to work, you know, really early in the morning, like 5 o'clock. I'm on the road already, and you know what I'm saying, like I've seen, it's like that. But I've seen an uptick in the number of tents, you know what I'm saying, like homeless that's getting pitched out, like, you know, and how as a society, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, might be going to politics. Can we address that and, you know, begin to create opportunities? I don't know. Where's your mind at when it comes to that? Because I definitely see an uprising in that.
I don't know, man. Yeah. It happens. It's just what's going on right now in DC. Like, there's a big divide in like the wealthy and the poor. Like, the middle class is evaporating. You know what I mean? And even with what we're doing, it's technically illegal to feed the homeless in DC. It's just that part, they're lenient there. You know what I mean? What we can do, I mean, you can put money into programs. I could say all these generic things, but honestly, it's just about cleaning up our city. The government getting involved, creating programs, opportunity for people. That's what it is. Just like back in Africa, it's the same thing.
You worship for.
Exactly. It may be a different beast, but it's all about opportunity.
Right. That's facts. For people who are seeing stuff, for example, let's just say I'm seeing on a barrel of clothes and shoes and all whatnot. can we donate that to you?
Oh, definitely, definitely. And then you also have the option whether you want to go to Africa or DC. You know what I mean? We don't ship everything to Africa, so we would definitely appreciate it.
And how can people reach you to do this?
This Friday, our website's going to launch. It's going to be distant-relatives.org. So you could definitely send us a message or email there, DM on Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
Is another party for the website launch? I'm trying to. You gotta do a party for everything, man. That sure look lit. I was gonna come, but the excuse. I hate excuses. I went to work again, like I said, in DC. Didn't pack clothes. I drove all the way back in traffic. I was like, I ain't going back to DC.
The traffic was bad that day.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that website though, because I remember you guys launched a website and took it down.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest, that's me, because I'm very particular with everything. So it's done, but there's just little features that I'm like, should it be this or that?
Right.
But this Friday, I told myself I'm gonna release it. So.
You can always work on it, update it. Hey, can handle our website. Yeah, man, you gotta update the t-shirts, bro. This packaging gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
That's not my lane, bro.
I want to read this. The Fast Company reports. I read my news on LinkedIn. I don't know where I'm going with this, but it was just interesting as we were researching for the podcast. It says Americans give a total of $410 billion, with religious groups taking the lion's share with $127 billion. This is given to charity, followed by education, human service groups, and the increased giving may soon hit a speed bump, though, with a tax reform and tax plan and everything. So that's just saying that Americans gave more last year in charity and things like that. Is it safe to call you a philanthropist?
Definitely.
Yeah. How would you define that?
Because we're concerned with the well-being of people. You know what I mean? And I think that's the pure definition of philanthropy. You can also call it humanitarianism as well, but I would definitely call myself a philanthropist.
How would you answer that?
Same.
What he said.
What's I want this for both of you. What's your long-term goal as far as like Distant Relatives project is concerned?
Just sticking it out till we make it, and then on some more. I just want to, again, like I said, just support my brother's mission. His vision. And provide any services that I can. Like a lot of stuff they ask me, I've never done it before, but he needs it done, so I'm gonna find a way to do it. So I'm definitely in here for the long run, just to see this prosper, see how we can touch the world, and help a lot of people and let them know that they're not alone in this. Like they have people around here that even though we may be far away, we still care and we still want to see you make it.
My long-term goal is to take his spot. Come for his spot, Will. No, I think my long-term goal is just to see everything that he visioned come to real life. Like seeing the schools being built, like that's a big project, and to see that, like honestly, like he said, like the nitty-gritty of the work, like the glitz and glamour is cool and cute and all that, but the nitty-gritty of the work, it's like real nitty and gritty, and it's tiring, and we have to wake up extra early to serve, and I ain't gonna lie, it's tiring, Will, but I'm one of them supporters, like I'm gonna be there, and just to see what all our hard work is doing, like to see it actually come to life is what I'm waiting for. So yeah.
Most def.
Always gotta ask this question. I don't know if that's where you were going.
Go ahead. You're so excited today, man. You fire it up.
I've never liked this. Was there ever a time, what I'm saying, or this whole process, where you're like, bruh, this is too much. I don't know what I signed up for. And this is for all y'all. I'm about to throw in the towel. Let me take a break from this. Yeah.
But it's Africa.
Yeah.
So you're gonna deal with corruption. You know what I mean? I've had to pay the extra $200 just to make something happen. You know what I mean? And especially when you come back, that's when attitudes change. So just to give you a short example, they finished building the school. I needed the video to show at the launch event. They knew I needed the video, so he's like, "How much is your budget?" Meanwhile, I've paid you before I left Africa $400 for a video. Well, how much is your budget? At the end of the day, either you don't have a video to show the work you've done, or you pay the money up. Had to pay the money up, but it's just little things like that. Just dealing in Africa, you always have to pay for whatever service you want. Even if you want a license, you're gonna pay somebody. You know what I mean? So just dealing with that for the first time, because we've never experienced that being here. Everything's I mean, I won't say honest, but I mean, you go to the store, it costs $1. It costs $1.
Right.
Back there, it's not that simple. You know what I mean? So just experiencing that for the first time, just like, yo, really, this is how Africa is.
Ports clearing, ports needs in the
I
port.
mean, yeah, but I mean, we fighters, so we don't quit. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's just a
Amen.
drive within us that had us to keep going. But honestly, there's always times where you're like, this is too much.
Nah, bro, that's real.
You got anything to add?
Me?
Yeah.
I like to say that. Just kidding. I'm good.
But now, we also ask this question: what is success to you? And yeah, to you and you.
Stop believing that.
Oh,
Ladies
okay.
first,
So what's
yeah.
success to me? I think success is, doing what you planned and then doing what you plan to do. And I think it's also about making people happy as well. Like having people, proud of you and things like that. Even if you don't make it all the way how you expected it to be, like even halfway, like one more step is like, wow, like that's great. Like when I got my bachelor's, that's like, oh, I mean, yeah, it's my bachelor's or whatever. And then I got my master's, it's like, wow, like, okay, wow, like, yeah, now y'all can applaud me because that was hard work. But I think as long as like you have people, like just say like, oh yeah, good job, and you see, because sometimes you don't see what you're doing all the way, and until someone's like, oh wow, you're doing great, and you're like, really, like, thanks. So I think that's success.
Yeah.
What's success in life? You mean in life?
Not to you.
So you
To me,
define
success-
success kind of thing.
I look at success and look at like the end point, and that's just being peaceful in life. That's no stress. That's not having to owe anybody. That's no one bothering you. That's good health. The ability to work out, go with your kids even if you have old age, and being able to do what you want. You know what I mean? There's few people that can wake up and say what I'm going to do today. Most people is like, I'm going to work. So I think it's those three things. It's with that comes a financial stability. So it's just being able to wake up and live a life where I can do what I want to do. Good health and peace.
Same.
He's not serious.
A success to me, I guess, is just having a vision, having a goal, and meeting it. Like we all go to high school. Our goal at that point is to graduate. We graduate, so that was a success. Go to college, graduate, that's a success. So right now, our vision, our goal is, distant relatives. So even though we haven't met our ultimate goal or ultimate vision, we've already been successful. We've already impacted DC, Africa, and there's more to come. So that's just
Well, I'm about to put you on the spot real quick, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, looking at camera, that little guy standing right there, and tell the world why they should, follow the distant relatives.
And, what I'm saying, get on board and support this thing. Bring it to fruition.
Man, first of all, if you're black or if you're African, you have no reason why not to. You know what I mean? Our parents used to say the government needs to do this. Right now, it's our time to build up Africa.
Yeah.
We have the education, we have the money, we've surpassed where most of our parents have gone. So if you're really concerned about Africa and you really care about home, why not? These are people that we're not celebrities, we're not superstars, we're regular people just like you, and we're trying to build. So come along, come help us out, man. Come on.
Retweet.
That was powerful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Anything helps too. Anything helps. It'll go a long way. Believe that. Like I've said it, bruh. Appreciate the t-shirts, man.
Appreciate you coming by,
Appreciate
man.
you guys
Thank
coming
y'all for
through.
having
Yes,
us today,
sir.
man.
Like this has really been, saying like distant relatives. I always see it, saying like Leona, she always goes out, supports, posts
Shout
it,
out to me.
and saying like speaking and getting your minds behind it is really inspiring. I really appreciate the work you do.
Appreciate y'all,
Yeah,
man. Thanks
man.
for having us.
How can people follow you on social?
Yeah, personal and business.
How can people follow you guys on social media?
Social media. My personal social media is There Go Pop. Pop is my nickname. I was named after my grandfather. I know a lot of people gonna ask, but yeah. Distant Relatives Project. Instagram is distant underscore. That's 2 underscores. Distant underscore relatives. Website's coming out Friday. distant-relatives.org.
And,
Same.
Like same.
same. Nah, I gotta change it, but
That embarrassing email address.
I made it a long time ago. Hugo Down. That's my Instagram. Same thing on Snapchat and all that. Yeah, man, come out last Saturday of the month. We're gonna be at Franklin Square again. Come out, support. June 30th. Yeah.
My Instagram is Leona Bonsu, just my name. I'm simple like that. That's LeonaBonsu.
It's some relatives. Hey, like I said, appreciate y'all coming through, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely learned something or two, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just stuck in the middle podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on all social media at sitmpodcast.com. The email is sitm237@gmail.com. Email us with questions, referral, comments, whatever it is that you need from us. If you need to get to these guys, you can email us. Put you in contact with them.
Or any guest, or any guest for that matter.
Yeah, any guest for that matter. Yeah.
What we got next week?
Next week we'll be sitting down with Troy Massa. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think that's Massa.
That's Massa. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this, even though I will not be here.
Oh.
Sorry, bro.
Thanks for dropping it on air. It's a real problem.
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this, man. It's just scheduling. I gotta, be out of town for. Yeah.
But anyways, man. He's the founder and president of African Give Back International. Your cousins.
I actually just met Troy. Troy's a good
Okay,
guy.
dope.
So we'll actually be attending that gala as well.
Okay,
dope.
I'm gonna be out
small.
You
That's
said gonna be what?
DMV is really small.
Yeah,
Everybody knows everybody.
there. I know, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's the creative director and brand creator for Nikki Billie Jane.
Yeah, man. The
Babyface
Babyface
Assassin.
Assassin. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If you guys remember, we were having a podcast not too long ago. So yeah, he's gonna be talking about all the things he's been doing for All Things in Cara. Definitely looking forward to this.
And the ball coming up.
Yep.
Hey, this is Stuck in the Podcast.
We out.